Bro, somebody, bro, why you destroyed? He destroyed that mute. He destroyed his own mute. He destroyed the mute jammer.
Yeah. Oh, and by the way, it's so easy for them to.
Oh, you know the mute jammer right there? Smoke destroyed it.
Brenda Humphrey falls hard for a
Oh, my bad. Hop out there, hopping down. Wait, I'm gonna put it right here.
Be careful for Maverick.
Alright.
To great lengths to keep her man happy.
Check around for Maverick.
If I guard your nuts from Maverick.
She's seen what Greg was capable of doing when he put the knives together.
And later in California, always the life of the party.
The mirror peaks.
Never lost.
The mirror peaks though.
Until the wrong man gets her number.
That wasn't, but this is a strategy. No, I can't. I use my mirrors. Yeah, Han Yellow's map. But where is map? I'm checking the cams. Oh, Han Yellow.
Should have been Valor.
Hey, somebody has to watch those Mavericks. I'm watching my mirrors.
Thousands of women in prison at any given time in the U.S.
Alright.
These are the true stories of women who commit heinous crimes in the name of love.
Actually, I'm gonna be checked for flanking because they might.
Alright. What the heck is Han Yellow?
Lived life on the edge in Independence, Kentucky.
She wasn't the type of person to go out.
Where's Han Yellow?
I would say Brenda Humphrey was
No, he's not. He's not.
Where is he?
Look at, you see that Maverick in the top right with the 3? No, not the
Oh, I see him. He's breaking. Right there, yeah.
Grapple.
Kids may be more at risk for acting out. Because after all, they are at an age to act on impulse. And if there's not a parental figure stepping in, they will continue to act out unchecked.
After graduating high school at 18, Brenda moves out of her house
Yes.
and ends up on the streets.
Clam, stand up if you're not AFK.
To make ends meet.
Alright
But the
then.
cat and mouse game to survive takes its toll.
That's when the downward spiral really began. Brenda getting involved in
He's
prostitution.
picking in top left.
She became
Yeah, where the
someone
bottom
who was
ones are.
frequently arrested. And
Yep, right there. He's right there. Shoot it.
She did not
Right here?
know how to break out of the cycle.
No, on the
It not
left,
only
the
became
left,
a source of fulfillment, but also became a source of
left map.
romance.
Bro, there's too many
Get
holes.
away from that lifestyle.
Yeah, right
I think
there.
that's the reason why she couldn't stop the cycle, is because that was a part of who she
Top
was.
left.
That one?
Regardless of
No,
multiple arrests,
the other-
Brenda
This
keeps going
one?
to
Yeah,
sell her
right
body
there.
at night and
He's not there. All I see is air.
14 years. She has no shortage of male contact, but it leaves her
got the-
extremely alone and vulnerable.
Yeah.
Bro, Clem Chowder, are you back?
Spiral, finding herself in the arms of the
Nice.
wrong type of man.
Do not go over there. He's gonna be peeking. Let's just sit here.
Man was one that left her.
He gotta come. Oh, you want to go, Maverick?
Experienced emotional abuse and verbal abuse. All of these men took advantage of Brenda, and she did not know how.
Where, bro? I told you not.
Just play the way.
Yeah, I told you no. I told y'all no peek.
Physical and verbal abuse in their relationships. Certainly their self-esteem most likely has been destroyed. So when they enter subsequent relationships, they may be more at risk.
Oh, what? Bro, he's teabagging me. Oh my god, bro. The disrespect.
Are you talking to me?
By the time she turns
Oh my god, the disrespect.
Are you talking to
and
me?
during her day shift one afternoon,
Yeah.
catches the eye
No, I'm doing it.
Gregory Wilson.
He's very
So we
different
don't need to.
than what she experienced in her life. This was a man who was tall, dark, handsome, strong.
It's not 9 o'clock yet.
That's the type of man that Brenda thought she needed in her life.
And her fascination with her 30-year-old co-worker grows after he confesses his bad boy ways.
Gregory Wilson was a man with a checkered past. He was a violent criminal. Had already served multiple stints in prison. He was a war danger.
Living out of a motel, the ex-con takes a restaurant fee in order to save up for a place of his own. Despite his conviction, Brenda's
Freaking rip it off.
co-worker intensifies. The two get hot
Chicken ripped off it. Chicken ripped off that head. Piece of crap. I'll break your jaw off. I just broke your jaw.
When someone spent the majority of their lives alone, isolated,
You jawless dinosaur. Come on, yeah.
so when they end up
Oh, Bobo, Hey, bitch, this too.
After only weeks of dating, Brenda puts her night job to bed.
Since you want a tea bag, hey, who coming with me? Clem Chowder,
The
alright.
couple now spends
Hey, JB, hey, let's
their
go.
night fantasizing of a better life. That's when Gregory comes up with a sinister proposal that will make all their
Wait, crouch, everyone crouch.
or at the very least, his own.
Gregory suggested Brenda that
Yeah, boy.
It didn't
That's how you like it now.
down for it. Definitely wanted to
How about that?
This was just a car.
Yeah, Han Yellow is teabagging us. Yeah, that's payback.
You guys had to come from behind me because I clutched on y'all so hard. I killed all y'all
with what
quads.
their man
Shut
tells
up.
them to do, even if it's against their own best self-interests. Tend to be women.
And you're a block of your
house.
Somebody go castle. Somebody go castle.
Everything they can in order to hold on to the love that they're getting from
No,
their
y'all wanted to
individual.
see. Y'all wanted to see
The
some
duo heads 30 minutes to Covington, a city on the Ohio
Somebody go castle.
Kentucky, to proceed with their plan.
Bro, we need a castle.
Coming from behind
Waiting
the
for
garage
just the right
wasn't
moment,
cheating.
wandering
Okay,
each trying to find a
whatever.
target-rich opportunity.
But he
Whatever,
was
you can
he
have
was
your free
he
reign,
was
you can
showing
have your
this
free reign.
he was showing disrespect though. So yeah, so you get.
Sim
She just left her friend's
Sim Kill,
house.
just do what you
She
did
was
last
by
time.
herself. It was late at night, and it was dark.
The unsuspecting 36-year-old has recently hit a rough patch of her own.
Deborah is from Hamilton, Ohio, just recently returning from Florida where she was in college. She came home to take care of her aging parents.
And just as she parks her car, her night is about to spiral into the abyss.
I'll be right back.
That's when Gregory and Brenda approached her, asking her if she knew someone in the neighborhood. Gregory quickly put a knife to her throat, forcing her into the back of the car.
Gregory got in the back seat with her. Brenda began to drive.
Brenda certainly didn't talk to Gregory about abducting Deborah, but she just did what she had to do because Gregory was in charge of the plan.
People who are in a situation where they're being controlled by someone else, they're operating out of fear. They are scared that the person who may be telling them what to do may hurt them.
The couple heads west towards Indiana while Gregory keeps his terrified hostage quiet in the back seat.
It was just that time that it all kind of struck Brenda that this was going a lot further than she initially anticipated. But she cared about Gregory and she was going to be there to support him. So she kept driving.
During the late night drive, things go from bad to worse when Gregory orders Deborah to unbutton her blouse.
Gregory got very impatient. She did not oblige to his instructions because she was afraid. Gregory proceeded to take her clothes off himself. And from that point, he started to rape her right there
I'm gonna be AFK, so just let them kill me.
while Brenda, his girlfriend, was driving.
Brenda Humphrey's boyfriend of 1 month, Gregory Wilson, sexually assaults Deborah Cooley in the back seat of her car after the couple abducted her outside her home in Covington, Ohio.
She was shaking, she was crying. He ripped her clothes from her. The assaults continued for an hour.
While Gregory forces himself on Deborah, Brenda
You don't even have to come from behind to kill you guys, bro.
For Brenda, the man she thought was the man of her dreams. She must have been glancing in the rearview mirror as she was racing down the road.
People act out of fear, especially when they are involved in a situation where they feel that they have no control.
As Brenda continues to drive, Gregory ends his carnal abuse on Deborah, but the malevolent man is not done with his victim just yet. He goes through her purse and takes her money and credit cards before pulling a lamp cord out of his pocket and binding her hands together.
Brenda was surprised.
Yo, quick question, JB.
But it was clear that this was all planned by Gregory.
As Gregory's actions fully register in her mind, Brenda is even more shocked after he shares his fatal intention with their hostage.
He decided that she couldn't be around anymore because now she has become
Can you please not cheat again, though?
what they were doing.
He made it very plain to her that he had no other use for her and she had to die.
Gregory takes the other end of the lamp cord and wraps it around Deborah's neck and begins to strangle her. She struggles to break free of his tightening clutch and gazes towards Brenda, desperately pleading to help save her life.
I believe that Deborah was hoping that Brenda would have empathy, would have compassion. But at this point, I believe Brenda was caught up in the crime. She was all in, and she knew there was no turning back.
No, they said they wouldn't cheat again, but if they do...
Deborah's pleading for her life. Brenda immediately jumps in and tells her,
Alright, I'm
"We
beating
have
them.
to kill you. You've seen us."
Hearing his girlfriend is on board with the plan, Gregory continues to pull the cord until she has no fight left in her.
There was nothing that she could do with no one there to save her.
And just before they crossed the Indiana state line, Deborah Cooley was dead.
As Brenda continues to drive through the night, Gregory tells her to pull over in Hendricks County, Indiana.
They found a secluded place in the woods, and together they disposed of Deborah's body.
After they buried the body, Gregory and Brenda decided to go and find a place to sleep. It was about 4 a.m. the next morning, so they decided to go to a local motel to get some rest and plan their next move.
The following day, while Brenda and Gregory sleep, Deborah Cooley's mom learns that Deborah never showed up for work that morning.
She knew that something wrong with behavior.
Fearing the worst, Deborah's mom calls the police to report her daughter missing. Meanwhile, Brenda and Gregory have finally risen from their slumber and go on a shopping spree using Deborah's credit card.
They purchased shoes, jewelry, some cosmetic items, clothing.
They spent over $200. They just had a ball, all on the dime of Deborah Cooley.
After their big splurge, the duo makes their way east in Deborah's car.
They knew that they could not keep the car because that was the evidence that would incriminate them. So they drove 3 hours back to Independence, Kentucky, to Brenda's hometown. They knew exactly where to take the car and to leave it so there won't be any evidence of the crime.
They tried covering over the physical evidence with motor oil, bleach.
Once they dump the vehicle, the two grab a bus toward Covington. But along the way, Brenda's feeling nostalgic and asks if they can stop in on her childhood pal, Audrey Waterford.
Audrey's Brenda's best friend. Someone who Brenda trusted, someone she really cared for.
Brenda and Gregory arrived at Audrey's home, and the couple had told Audrey that they'd been camping. But they showed up with these bags, clothes, jewelry. Audrey was shocked, found it strange.
Even though she's suspicious, Audrey keeps her thoughts on the down low and enjoys the time spent catching up with her long-lost girlfriend and her man before they have to go back home. A week later, Audrey gets another unexpected visit from her closest friend. But this time, she's sober, and the surprise is only eclipsed by what she reveals next.
Brenda confided in her best friend. Brenda comes clean with Audrey. She told her the details of the attack, of the assault, where all of the jewelry, the clothes, the items came from.
I think Brenda at this point was just feeling so guilty that the weight of what they had done had really played on her mind, her heart, and her spirit, that she could not carry the guilt and the burden of this by herself, that she had to let someone know.
When people are involved in a crime or illegal action, they may feel some amount of guilt, and therefore they may use the defense mechanism that we call undoing. In other words, doing something that is the opposite of what they've done, in order to make themselves feel better, try to correct the situation in some particular way.
Audrey is shocked that her friend participated in a heinous crime. But promises Brenda that she will keep her secret.
She knew that Brenda trusted her. But with the information that Brenda gave her, she knew she had to do something. She couldn't take a chance that there would be another innocent victim that would fall to this kind of horrible act.
After confiding in her gal pal, Brenda heads back to Covington and Gregory's loving arms. A week later, Audrey crumbles under the weight of Brenda's horrific secret.
She had to do something. It was too much for her back.
If she could do it to Deborah Pulley, who's to say they couldn't do it to Audrey?
And later, there's no second chance for good girl Janae Ingram after she falls under the influence of a relentless crook.
I think Timothy was out for some quick bucks, and she was all game to help him.
If he asked her to run in front of the car, she probably would have done it because he's very manipulative.
Alright.
After 34-year-old Brenda Humphrey confesses to her best friend Audrey Waterford that she and boyfriend Gregory Wilson raped and killed Deborah Pulley in Kentucky, Audrey's conscience gets the best of her.
Audrey decided that she had to call law enforcement. She couldn't sit on this information.
Secrets do have a way of coming out. Something that weighs very heavy on the mind, heart, and soul just cannot be at rest in that space. Someone experiencing that has to talk about it or they'll be consumed by it.
Hours later, after tipping off the authorities where to find the body, Hendricks County Sheriff's Department discovers Deborah Pulley's remains in a wooded thicket.
So when the Sheriff's Department of Hendricks County were summoned out to that wooded rural area where they disposed of Deborah Pulley's body, the body was badly decomposed.
Guys,
it
I have a good
sat in the elements for 2 weeks.
placement.
It was very hard to identify whose body that was.
Alright, I have a good drone
because
placement.
of the very horrific manner in which that body was disposed of.
Due to Audrey's bravery in coming forth, investigators are able to track Deborah's killers down at their seedy inn.
The investigators were led to the hotel in which Gregory and Brenda were arrested. Inside the hotel, they found credit cards, they found bags, they found merchandise that had been purchased on Deborah Pulley's credit card. They found just a treasure trove of evidence.
Police also locate Deborah's car where her abductors dumped it in Independence, Kentucky.
That car contained evidence of both Gregory's hair and DNA samples.
The couple is taken down to the station where they are both charged with first-degree robbery, abduction, rape, conspiracy, and murder. And since Brenda has multiple felony convictions from past prostitution events, she is also charged with persistent felony specification. During her interrogation, she is blindsided and learns that Gregory told investigators that she is the one who killed Deborah Pulley.
Once Brenda found out that Gregory had threw her under the bus, then she confessed. And she told the authorities everything about how everything went down. And all the details. She gave all of the details about the murder.
When someone has been involved in a crime and it wasn't totally their idea, it just makes it so much easier for them that when the law comes down, it's every man or woman for him or herself, and therefore they're looking out for their own skin.
And while Gregory continues to point the finger at his lady love on the outside, his arrogance buries him on the inside.
Gregory ended up confessing, but it wasn't to the authorities, it was to the cellmate. Gregory had this view that he was the mastermind behind this whole murder, and that he had gotten away with it.
He was so confident in his dominance, going as far as saying that he should have gotten rid of both Brenda and Deborah. But it was that cellmate who recounted everything to authorities that led to this conviction.
A year later, during her trial, Brenda Humphrey is found guilty to all the charges against her and is sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. As for Gregory Wilson, he pleads not guilty in court.
But with the help of Brenda and his cellmate's testimony, a jury finds him guilty of all charges. He is sentenced to death for kidnapping and murder. He is also given 20 years for first-degree rape, 20 years for first-degree robbery, and 10 years for criminal conspiracy to commit robbery. In the end, Brenda Humphrey's rough past and the abuse she endured has left her vulnerable to negative influences in her life.
Brenda was targeted by Gregory Wilson. Her nature was destroyed, devastated.
Women have to understand that they're valuable, that they don't have to be followed,
you get the two,
that they can emerge from a very manipulative person and make their own decisions. Because if Brenda was able to do that at that time, she may not be sitting in prison as long as she is.
When people are doing things out of fear, it means that they're not doing it in their own self-interest or of their own free will, and that, my friends, is a recipe for disaster.
What?
Don't lay on the ground when it's somebody's mirror peeking.
I know, I didn't see you go over to the other mirror because I saw someone pass it.
Brenda Humphrey's guilty conscience overpowers her devotion to her man. And in Lancaster, California, Janae Ingram gets burned when she falls into the arms of a man with a blistering secret. California-born Janae Ingram has a personality to match her sunshine roots.
Her family and friends really love her because she's always in a great mood. She's always the life of the party, just a happy spirit.
She was the type of person that always had a smile on her face, and she's very lovable, very caring. She's just incredible to me.
I know you're shorter than that.
The 23-year-old lives at home with her parents, who are in no rush to see her go.
Janae's parents are great people. They raised her the way that she was supposed to be raised, and
can you use that cam? I'm gonna destroy your cam.
The adored daughter has dreams of following in her father's footsteps one day by getting a job as a nurse in the hospital where he worked.
I believe she would have been perfect for him because of her caring personality.
It's an LMG, it's not supposed to hit, it's just supposed to spray.
And she never wants for great company until she starts dating her next-door neighbor, 22-year-old Dante West.
He was a jerk, and he would put her down a lot, and talk about her weight.
Really messed her up to the point where she wasn't the same person as the family.
It was horrible. From seeing her being very happy and bubbly, to her barely coming out of her room, staying there with him. It was just a whole different Janae that I didn't like.
When someone is young, innocent, inexperienced, that can put them at risk for entering into an unhealthy relationship. And if it's a first boyfriend, well, they may not know what's normal or abnormal in a relationship.
After several unhappy months, Dante wears out his welcome in Janae's life. But the effects he has on the once bubbly young woman are everlasting.
Yo, is Ash abandoned the only operator you have
there? After the relationship, she wasn't as happy anymore. She wanted to stay in her room a lot, and she just slowly started pushing herself away from family. We would rarely see her.
Over the next year, Janae reconnects with loved ones while keeping a safe distance from
Is the only one you like?
She didn't date anybody at all. She felt unworthy. She was very vulnerable. And she was heartbroken, and she was just miserable.
Oh, I just lasered on yellow.
When someone gets their heart broken in a relationship, it can really lead to not just dysphoria, but a real depression.
Wow,
but Janae's young heart proves this resilience when she meets 23-year-old Timothy Johnson.
He had an edge about him that she really liked.
I would say Janae was attracted to him because of the way he talked.
Before they knew if they were boyfriend-girlfriend, and time passes, and they really were enjoying each other.
You're gonna get me here.
They were each other's boo.
The 24-year-old is undeniably smitten, but there's more to her new boyfriend than meets the eye.
He had been convicted of marijuana sales. He'd actually been in prison for robbery already.
Oh, God!
And by the time they had met, he'd just gotten out of prison.
He lived with his mom. He had no ambition, no dreams, no goals. He has a low life.
I knew you were gonna do
And
this.
the family noticed that, and they didn't
Kill, you know I'm not trying, right?
Timothy showers her with attention.
Wait,
Janae will do whatever it takes to keep him hooked.
Janae got in the habit of doing him favors all the time. Giving him rides, taking him here, there. If he needed money, she would tell me to give it to him.
But her fiery passion to please him leads to an unexpected showdown where her flame burns her like never before.
Hurry up!
In Lancaster, California, Janae Ingram spends most of her time with her new flame.
Yo, don't kill me. Just tell me if those teammates are lined
Despite her
up.
loved one's disapproval.
Started distancing herself again. She wasn't coming around.
No,
She wasn't going to
since we're
family
just
or
being around, I'm gonna
friends.
go glass. I'm gonna see if my DMR can double headshot him.
When someone enters a relationship that may not be healthy, they think by showing that individual kindness and showing them love that they can eventually change them into a healthier person and have a healthier relationship.
Yes.
But 3 months after the lovers meet, it's clear that though her boyfriend served his jail time, the demons are still hissing in his ear.
They're hanging out at Timothy's mother's house. And Timothy says, you know what? We gotta hit this lick. Which means I want to do a robbery.
Tell me where
He says he's itching to steal laptops from a computer store at a strip mall, and he wants Janae to be the getaway driver.
I don't think Janae would have understood. He had a lick.
Do you think it'll go through both of their heads, or do you
Probably
think
would
it
have been questioning it, like, what does that mean?
No.
She was never a bad person. She never got in trouble by the law. She never...
But any lingering doubts are restrained when she agrees to use her own car to get the job done. On a hot, late afternoon, Janae helps bring her boyfriend's sinister plan to life.
Timothy brought a ski mask, a gun,
It
a
works!
suitcase, backpack,
Going straight through
all
both of
for
their
the
heads.
purpose
Why did you
of
kill
going
me?
in and robbing the
Just
store.
because.
I believe she was terrified, and she didn't know how to get out of it.
When you engage in a behavior
Probably gonna
that
turn
is
around and
very
be like,
negative
no
at the
scope, no scope.
suggestion or manipulation of someone else, something else is going on in your own psyche or mind.
I am a
Timothy directs her to park at a nearby cluster of stores where he commands her to sit tight until he returns. Janae watches as her boyfriend quickly disappears into the bustling shopping center. Inside the tech shop, the owner, 59-year-old beloved husband and father Reed Heath, is going about his day with his friend John Kimmons.
Wow,
Reed
there's
was a very
blitz
nice
and
guy. He was always willing to take the time to help somebody find a problem and say, oh, it was minor, come back and when you have something major, then I'll charge you. I was holding the chip on the board while he was going to solder the chip in place, and I was holding it, I saw Timothy walk by from right to left.
Suddenly, scheming turns into action.
What about Black Ops?
He pulls the ski mask down over his face and pulls his gun out, walks into the store and declares that this is a robbery. From that point on, it became a totally defensive game on my part. I dropped my head so I would not look him in the eyes, and I got down on the floor. Reed didn't get down on the floor. Reed wasn't of that mindset. He felt like he could talk Timothy off the ledge.
Tell me what it is you came here to get.
I think the guy just angered him. I don't think he was ready to be robbed. He wasn't willing to comply with this young kid's orders.
As the two argue, John takes the opportunity to crawl as far away from the gunman as possible.
As I was doing that, he fired a shot.
No, Ezekiel, stop! I just did that because he shot me.
So that led me to believe that he shot him.
John keeps his head down as the gunman coldly shoots Reed 2 more times in the chest and head.
He now turned his attention to me and told me to come up front.
Wait, how do you know he's back?
I did, and then he said, get on the floor. And he waved the gun right at the spot Reed was in. So
Let's have a knife
I
battle,
had
boy.
to lay down right next to Reed.
Alright, boy. Alright, I'm gonna be this person.
Going down to the floor,
had to look into his eyes, and
hello?
He was still breathing, but I could see that the life was ebbing out.
I'm back. Oh, y'all clapping them.
In my mind is the hardest part.
Oh, that battle?